Marvels Inhumans. I appreciate that everybody stayed to the end of the day. I'd like to think the best is last. We're extremely proud of the show. I just, again, are you guys out there? Because, you know what? This happens every time we do a show. First of all, you know, you can tell, the whole cast is here. Like, they're here. And even if you don't know them, you're going to get to know them, and so they need to know that you're here. And so, you know, we'll try a little exercise. We'll see how we do. Okay, so, as everybody knows, or at least I think they do, this show is so big that we could not contain it just to television. We had to take the folks at IMAX on a trip with us. And so the first 2 episodes are gonna come together, and they're going to be in IMAX theaters on September 1st. All the way around the world. So what I want to do is, I want you guys over here, I think that's half. You guys, I want, see, and it's going to be a problem, because I always know it with you guys, it's IMAX September 1st, okay? So when I point at you, and not before, this side goes IMAX September 1st, okay? Ready? Okay, there's like 3 people over here that have to get thrown out. All right. We'll try it one more time, because I know you need practice, because it's the end of the day and you're tired, but wake up. So, ready, and... Sweet. You know what you're going to do? You're going to be embarrassed, because this side, you guys get to do the other side, which is that on ABC, on September 29th, we're going to show the first 2 episodes with brand new footage. So it's kind of like a variant cover. And then the rest of the 6 episodes are going to air on ABC Friday nights at 9 o'clock. And so I'm not going to make it hard. All you need is ABC September 29th. So let's see. Remember, you heard them. You can do that. So go. ABC September 29th. Okay. That was okay, but the fact that you people talked at all was a miracle. So we're gonna try one more time. You guys don't talk. You guys go. ABC September 29th. Okay, clearly this group just wants to get thrown out. So it's just, they're all gonna be ABC people. So, all right, now we're gonna try it. First IMAX, because that opens first on September 1st, and then you guys are going to do it, and it's going to be awesome. And here we go. IMAX September 1st, ABC September 29th. ABC September 29th. I think we kind of know when the show is going to be on. We'll figure that out. This doesn't happen without an incredible number of people, particularly a show this size and scope. And I need to thank them all, because I'm just lucky. That's all I can tell you. At Marvel, my partner and co-head of the division is Jim Corey, Kareem, Megan, Caitlin, Wendy, the incredible people that work in marketing and PR, who are Mike and Tim and Raina, and I'm forgetting other people, and I know they're wonderful, and I thank you all for all your hard work. In New York, Dan Buckley, possibly the king of Comic-Con, Joe Quesada, and Alan Fine just made all of this possible. I can tell you that none of it's possible without our partnership at IMAX, and I just want to thank Rich and Andrew Collins, and in particular the guy who just sat down and said, I'm going to make this happen, and that's Greg Foster. And if you guys could give an extra clap. And then our friends and partners at ABC, Channing and Ben Sherwood and Joe and Patrick and Brian and Nay and Heather and Juan, you guys were incredibly supportive on this incredibly crazy idea that we had, that we were going to have a television show that opened in a theater and then went on to a television and had a 2,000-pound bulldog we're going to actually make happen. But rather than talking more about that, let's bring out this cast, which if you don't know them, I actually guarantee you that after September 1st, they will be, we're just going to fill this hall again next year and have so much fun. The director of the IMAX and the first 2 episodes is an incredibly talented gentleman, and we're so lucky to have him. Gruel, will you come out and say hello to everyone? You can't have pictures without words, and I was very lucky to be able to crowbar him out of another show onto this, where he's been doing really magical work, and that's Scott Buck and his incredible writing staff. And now we are going to introduce you to the Inhumans. Growing up, my favorite Inhuman, and if you all go out and find Amazing Adventures #9 in the back, in the letter section, there's actually a letter from me writing to Stan and telling him what I thought the story ought to be, which tells you a lot about me. And my favorite character was Triton, and he's Mike, if you'll come out. We have a little present for you to say thank you for all right, and so I should probably tell the cast to come this way. She came to us and just kicks ass as Auron. If you read the comics, she kicks ass in the comics, and so when Sonia first came in, we just said, well, she's going to have to play this part. So Sonia, come on out. There's not much I can tell you about her character until at some point we're going to tell you. Let's just tell you that you're just going to fall in love as we did with Ellen. So Ellen, come on out. We've been spending a lot of time talking about our 2,000-pound bulldog. She's the person who has to look after her. I have to tell you, I was completely taken aback because through the whole show, she's blonde and has the donut on the back of her head, like in the comics. And when she comes out, she's not going to look like that, but you're not going to be disappointed about it. Isabel, come out and let everybody meet you. She plays Crystal. Again, I think one of the favorite for you guys, with these massive hooves, he can just destroy cities and stuff, and he's incredibly powerful, and we're so lucky to have discovered Emmy, and he's just somebody you're going to know, and again, be truly delighted by. Emmy, come on out, he plays Gorgon. If you're a fan of Lost, if you're a fan of The Sopranos, you know this gentleman. He was actually the first one cast when we found out that we were going to have Karnak in the show, I could only just see Ken in the park. So, Ken, come on out. When you're gonna cast Maximus the Cunning, not necessarily Maximus the Mad, although he might be. Look, you know him even better than we did when we first started out, and it's been just an incredible pleasure working with Ewan. She is our queen. You saw her very briefly. She has the responsibility for about 40 pounds of hair that will move and be wonderful and be a CG element. And is an extraordinary actress and handle the drama and the comedy. And just, ladies and gentlemen, Serinda Swan, please introduce her. So you go to an actor and you say to an actor, this is a great chance to play one of those iconic characters in Marvel. This character's over 50 years old, he's a king, he's regal, it's unbelievable, and by the way, there's no lines. And guess what, there's never gonna be any lines. It's not like we're going back in time and you're gonna get to do it some other way, or there's a magic surgery or anything else like that. And I can tell you, as the character that he plays, the acting that he does, just blew us all away. And yeah, I did say that. Anson Mount plays Black Bolt. So welcome, all of you guys. Some of this, how many for you this is your first Comic-Con? Okay, so we're gonna make these people feel welcome, folks. I should probably mention that because we're here at San Diego and because we love San Diego as much as San Diego loves us, you're gonna get to see stuff today that no one has ever seen before. Really enjoy. And then I should also mention, and I'll mention it again at the end, there is an opportunity after this panel that if you go over to Horton Plaza, they're going to show it in IMAX over there. And so we'll talk about that a little later too, but I just want to let you know that that's going on as well. And this gang will be here and there'll be all kinds of opportunities to do that stuff. I want to talk with you guys first. So, Rule, you got this gig largely because you were insane enough to agree to go to Hawaii, and you're all sitting there going, oh yeah, Hawaii, oh, I do that. But if you shoot in the jungle in Hawaii for 4 months, you might have a different opinion. It's so lush and beautiful. Tell us just a little bit about working with the cameras and trying to get to make something that has that size and scope.
Yeah, first of all, shooting in IMAX kind of scared everybody, you know, because I thought IMAX cameras were still like big refrigerators, but they have new digital ones, and I think we borrowed them from Avengers, right? So before I was involved, I wanted to test them out. So I brought a IMAX camera to a testing facility in Los Angeles, and I was throwing it around, and the people of IMAX, they were so scared, showing me throwing this thing around. And then the funny thing, I asked them if they had any wider lenses, because I felt the lenses were not wide enough for this scope what we are trying to do. So they built a special lens for us for this show. And when you see this thing that we did on IMAX, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling beautiful. Was that an answer to your question?
So, Scott, like, this is a whole lot of people with superpowers. Were you doing a superpower show? Is that what you set out to do when we first sat down?
No, I think the best approach for a show like this is not to see these people as superheroes, but as people or Inhumans who happen to have a superpower. And as people watch the show, they will see that these superpowers are not always necessarily an asset, and sometimes can actually be a crutch that they've depended on their whole lives to be able to solve their problems. And in the story that we've created, those superpowers are not necessarily always that helpful.
You know, it's one of the things that I got so caught up in was this idea that the people that lived in Adelan were very loyal to Bolt, but in some ways were not necessarily happy in that world. And anyone, that's something as Maximus you got a chance to sort of take advantage of, I think, is a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, it was really cool after the discussions with you and Scott to try and make something slightly different with Maximus and sort of try to show the side of him that he's trying to genuinely change the world and trying to help out the people who he believes are living in terrible conditions in the caste system, which they had no choice over, so he believes that he should free them. And yeah, so that's where you get the conflict between the brothers, and he believes that his brother's not doing anything, so he needs to do something himself. And yeah, so that's where you kind of find Maximus in this one. So as you were saying earlier, he's kind of maybe perhaps more of an antagonist than a villain. But yeah, it's just two opposing ideas. There are no clear sort of villains in Marvel, I think, because you have such interesting shades for every character, and the idea was that he's just a passionate politician who wants to change things for the better, for the people, and maybe for himself.
Now, Ellen, you play the Silver Surfer in this, so that's an unusual role for you. Did you have to learn to surf while we were out there?
Yeah, I picked up really quickly though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I found natural talent.
No, maybe you're not playing the Silver Surfer. We'll get back. Sonia, as I told everybody, you got to kick ass. Tell me about what was that like? Were you having fun?
Yeah, it was a blast. We, Mike and I got to great stunts and stunt training and worked with some amazing stunt choreographers and fight choreographers. And I had to take some serious boxing lessons and learn how to punch properly. And yeah, I remember in my audition, you guys asked me, "Are you athletic?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yes I am." But this role required much more than I anticipated. But it was a lot of fun. And, you know, fighting in the jungle with full body of, like, covered in leather, that takes a lot of energy, and it was hard, but worth it. So I hope you guys enjoy our fun action scenes out there in the jungle.
And Mike, I don't think they know, you actually can kick ass. I mean, you play Triton, and so you got a lot of fun doing that, but can you just tell them some of the titles that you hold that you've won or done? Or
I've been doing Taekwondo since I was 12. I'm a 5-time world champion. I have my own school, so being able to do some action in the show and actually do it legitimately is something that I'm very proud of. And this team, like Sonia just mentioned, she kicks some serious butt, and everybody, whether they're trained like me or not, you guys are going to be really happy with the action. So.
Now, Isabel, you got to play really the princess in the story, and a lot of your scenes were by yourself, but they weren't by yourself because you were with a 2,000-pound bulldog.
Yes.
So tell us what that was like when we told you that most of your scenes were with a CGI character that we were going to put in the show.
Yeah, it was very interesting because a lot of the time I'm just acting to the air, so I had to make up a great relationship with Lockjaw. But if you watch me from the outside on the day, you're like, what is this girl doing? She's crazy. But the funniest part is in my audition, at the end of my audition, I got asked to, you know, pretend that there was a huge giant head in front of me. And at this point, I didn't know that Crystal was gonna, you know, talk to Lockjaw. So in my audition, I just started to like go crazy and like play with this invisible creature that I had no idea what it was. And then when I got the role, I was like, oh my gosh, I get why I was running around in the room, like acting to the air. And that was a lot of what I did throughout the show. It was really fun, and every day it was different, and remembering where to look, when to look, and just feeling the relationship with him. It was good. I liked it.
Cool. Would you guys like to see a little bit of the show?
Yeah.
Would you guys like to see a little bit of the show?
Yes.
I would very much like to see. They don't like to see anything.
This is an opening sequence that takes place on Earth. Triton has gone to Earth because there have been Inhumans popping up there, and it's not gone unnoticed by either Inhumans or humans for that matter.